staying on Shark Tank,
Yeah.
is it only the idea? Is it the promoter? Or is there concept of around their ethics and integrity towards board governance? What makes you sign that check?
Yeah. So actually, idea is the least important because what really matters is not idea. Ideas are a dime a dozen. What matters is execution, and for that, the founder is very important. So I think the only thing we are gauging in the limited time that we have, and people don't believe that we are actually clueless about what is the next pitch going to be, but we are. I mean, we just have those few minutes to make that decision. And the only bet that you're taking at that point of time is on the jockey. Basically, the person who's driving that business, the founder. And you do have to you cannot figure out corporate governance and integrity in those few minutes, but that intellectual honesty of owning up. Is the founder honestly owning up to their failures and talking about them openly and has some learnings from them? Is the founder trying to sugarcoat all the gaps in their story by trying to gloss over them, push them under the carpet, or are they being honest, saying, this is my weakness, this is what I need to learn? And that can help you predict whether there will be eventual integrity, corporate governance. So I think idea is the least important. Product is very less important. What is most important is the founder. Because at the end of the day, including Sugar was born out of a business that started off as an e-commerce subscription, but evolved into a makeup brand. And pivots and evolution happen in a startup's journey. It's very important that you have like an honest founder who's like a learning machine, constantly reading the market and iterating their business accordingly.
Sure. I mean, we were speaking before the panel about how boards are becoming refreshingly different and with ability to have candid conversations in younger organizations as yours. I mean, give me some context and color of one of if I say corporate governance to the old school professionals, it'll sound very boring, fuddy-duddy, and almost like old boys network. But in the startup world, there is also a fear now saying, will innovation come at the cost of compliance? And I'm not taking any names here. How do you balance this?
Yeah, so I think, in my experience, the thumb rule is that you are struggling for survival in the first 0 to 100 journey, which is, say, 100 employees. After that, you are responsible for the families and the lives and the careers of those 100 people. And you don't have an option not to be compliant, not to prioritize corporate governance. And that, wow, explosive. And that switch happens in that journey. And a lot of founders, if you wait, a lot of companies wait, I will do this at the time of IPO, I will build a board. Before my IPO, I will start putting ESG in place. I'll start thinking of diversity just before the listing. But that's too late because the bad habits and the bad culture and the policies have gone across the system. So you need to start at least by the time you have 100 employees in really building processes and systems around compliance, corporate governance, because there is a responsibility. I started up 15 years back where entrepreneurship was considered to be unemployment. And if you got somebody to come on board, my first employee ever is here with me. When she had to join the organization, she had to really convince her family that this is not the greatest career nosedive of her life, joining a startup. Now, in the last 15 years, we've come from there to it becoming aspirational on Shadi.com. There are parents looking for people working at startups and looking at entrepreneurs to get their kids married to. That evolution around startups being aspirational has come at a large cost